Welcome to Manchester United News Update. Subscribe for more Manchester United news, match previews, and transfer updates. Gary Neville claims Man United have only made one good signing in the last decade. Manchester United have spent a huge amount on transfers over the past decade, and former captain Gary Neville has issued a scathing assessment of the club's record. Gary Neville believes Manchester United have only made one successful signing over the last 10 years. United have struggled since legendary boss Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, with the club now onto their sixth permanent manager in 11 years after Erik ten Hag was sacked and Ruben Amorim was named as his replacement. The Red Devils have also spent big on transfers during that time with varying degrees of success, and Neville has been hugely critical of the club's signings. Speaking about the challenges that will face Amorim at Old Trafford, Neville claimed that getting the best out of the current squad may be his biggest. Speaking on Sky Sports, he said, he has to get the best out of the players. The players need to take responsibility for what's happened in the last 10 years. The club have signed a lot of players that other clubs wanted, and when those players have arrived at Manchester United they've deteriorated. Why is that? It could be the coach, it could be the players, it could be the environment is too big for them. Whatever it is, it has to change, because if he, Amorim, doesn't change, that he will fall the same way the rest of them have. Neville went on to claim that current captain Bruno Fernandes is the only signing United have made since Ferguson retired that has done more than I thought he would since making the move to Manchester. More than £1 billion has been spent on new players, and Neville hopes to see the club's transfer policy change once Amorim officially takes charge on November 11th. There are managers that have come here that have been tried and tested and successful. There are players that have come here with great potential and ones that you thought would be good signings for the club, he continued. Only really Bruno I can think of in 10 years has signed for the club and done more than I thought he would. I can't think of any other player. That's £1.8 billion spent in the last 10 years, that's one thing that has to change. United spent around £47 million to sign Fernandes from Sporting in January 2020 and the Portugal international. Man United transfer news: Ruben Amorim faces PSG competition for £83 million defender. Soon-to-be Manchester United manager Ruben Amorim will supposedly have to fend off competition from Paris Saint-Germain if he wants to bring Sporting Lisbon protégé Giovanni Quenda to Old Trafford next year. Amorim, who will officially take over as Erik ten Hag's replacement during the next international break, has overseen the development of the 17-year-old into one of Europe's most promising right-backs this season. Quenda had never made a senior appearance for Sporting before this season, but he has already played 16 times in the current campaign, coming up with 2 goals and an assist in the process. The 2007-born protégé has started 8 games in the Primera Liga and 2 in the Champions League for Sporting, and he is expected to make the first 11 against Manchester City on Tuesday. Amid growing interest in his services, Sporting tied Quenda down to a new long-term deal back in September, and the teenager's current terms are thought to include a release clause worth £83.9 million. PSG, among Man United's main competitors for Quenda. Man United's interest in the defender is not thought to have dwindled since his extension, as recent reports have claimed that they have been sending scouts to keep an eye on his progress in his homeland. However, Foot Mercato claims that a number of other top continental teams are running the rule over Quenda, including Paris Saint-Germain, who reportedly tried and failed to sign him before Sporting tied him down to new terms. PSG currently possess one of the best right-backs on the planet in Achraf Hakimi, who is soon expected to sign a new deal at the Parc des Princes, but he is allegedly on the radar of Man City, Real Madrid and Liverpool. Even if Hakimi stays at PSG as expected, Quenda could arrive as an understudy to the Moroccan, while Man City are also following developments amid claims that they could sell Kyle Walker for just £15 million next year. PSG apparently feel that they have a trump card in Jorge Mendes, Quenda's agent, who has helped broker deals for Vitinha, João Neves and Bradley Barcola to join the League One champions in recent times. RB Leipzig and Juventus have also been credited with an interest in the 17-year-old, but the latter are not expected to be serious contenders due to their lack of financial firepower. If I could sign anyone at number 9 for Manchester United, I'd nick Darwin Nunez from Liverpool. Darwin Nunez has been told that he is a monster of a player who would be an ideal addition to the Manchester United squad. Darwin Nunez has been told that he could be a monster of a player who would be an ideal addition to the Manchester United squad by former striker Dwight Yorke. The Liverpool forward has played his part in a side that have won 13 games in Arne Slot's first 15 in charge since replacing Jurgen Klopp last summer. Nunez's latest contribution came in Saturday's 2-1 win over Brighton and Hove Albion as the Reds went 2 points clear of Manchester City, who lost to Bournemouth by the same scoreline at the Vitality. United have struggled for goals this season, registering just 8 this term in the Premier League prior to Erik ten Hag's sacking earlier this week in York, who won the FA Cup, Premier League and Champions League at Old Trafford in 1999, thinks Nunez would help solve those problems. York told safestcasinosites.co.uk, "I thought Nunez might have been the guy that I would see a little bit more of this year. I feel like he's had nearly 2 years in the country and it's time for him to start to deliver because the guy has got so much potential. I felt like this could be the season where he puts everything together and turns into a monster. We saw him hit the woodwork a lot last season, miss some big chances, but I thought this was going to be the year where he started converting those chances because he was working under a new manager at Liverpool. Sometimes players and managers click, and I thought that was going to be the case this season. For me, Nunez is such an exciting player. I still think that if he can put it all together, he can become a proper star in the Premier League this season. I think he needs a run of games where the manager says to him, I'm going to give you 5 or 10 games on the spin. With Diogo Jota out, injured, maybe that will happen for him, but if he's given that chance, he needs to take it. If he does, I think he could be the difference between Liverpool having a decent season with a top 3 finish and Liverpool potentially winning the title. Real Madrid plot, stellar, double signing of Man United, Man City targets. Real Madrid are preparing for a huge 2025 summer transfer window as they reportedly pursue Manchester United and Manchester City target Florian Wirtz, as well as his Bayer Leverkusen manager Xabi Alonso, who has been linked with the Etihad job. According to numerous outlets including Sky Germany and Fischages, Real Madrid are accelerating their bid to sign managerial sensation Alonso. Madrid president Florentino Perez is eager to reunite with the former midfielder, who played for Los Blancos between 2009 and 2014. Carlo Ancelotti has been a fantastic servant to Madrid, winning a host of trophies including 2 La Liga titles, 3 Champions Leagues and 2 Copa del Rey's, Spanish Cups, during 2 spells with the club. However, the legendary Italian is under pressure as Barcelona are racing away at the top of La Liga, while Madrid are also down in 12th in the Champions League standings. Ancelotti's contract is due to expire in June 2026, but if Madrid fail to win any of the big trophies this season, then Perez could look to engineer change next summer. Alonso is understood to be his number 1 target, despite Zinedine Zidane being linked with another return to the Bernabeu. Alonso moving to Madrid would disappoint Man City. In recent weeks, it has emerged that City would love to snare the 42-year-old should they lose club icon Pep Guardiola. Alonso joining Madrid would likely please Liverpool though, as they will not want to see their former player head to City. The Spanish tactician will fancy his chances of helping Madrid get back to dominating world football, having enjoyed a stunning campaign with Leverkusen last term. He helped Leverkusen win the Bundesliga title for the very first time, while also lifting the DFB Pokal, German Cup, and reach the Europa League final. Wirtz could follow Alonso to Real Madrid. Alonso's capture would also give Madrid the advantage in the pursuit of Leverkusen playmaker Wirtz, as Fischages state they are eyeing a stellar double deal for the pair. Wirtz is known to be keen on working with Alonso when joining his next club after Leverkusen. Madrid are drawing up a massive bid for Wirtz. The Germany ace will cost upwards of €100 million, £83.9 million per $108.8 million, and potentially as much as €150 million, £125.8 million per $163.2 million. Once again, Madrid could ruin the plans of major Premier League sides. Thanks for watching. Please link and subscribe for more update.